So we currently have 50 pounds on the bar. Gonna give it a shot. Oh, I'm trying the old Michael Todd ways of using smelling salts before my lifts. Let's go. Left arm, 50 pounds. I'm also using this little towel here for my arm. I'll take 50 pounds, left hand. Let's go with the right. Woo. 50 pounds on the right's not bad. I think for this moment in time, I'm going to bring the weight up one more time. I think we are going to attempt, because we have 50 on right now, which is quite a bit, at least for my left. Right? Could use a little bit more. So let's attempt 65 pounds on the right hand and see what happens. Obviously left hand's not gonna do it, so we might just do a quick back off set and get the left hand done, and then we're gonna move on. We currently have a whopping 65 pounds on the bar. This is going to be only a right hand attempt. Once the right hand's over, I'm probably gonna knock off 10 pounds. Attempt to do at least 5, possibly 6 on the left hand. This is I might not even be able to do this on the right hand. We're gonna see. But this is where like I said, I'm gonna talk about this in a future video, but I've never had issues with a hand. My hand control is very solid. It's everything around it that needs help. So like if you see most of my matches, I end up like this. I literally end up just like this. Everything else, we're working on it. So let's get going with the right hand 65 pound attempt. Send it, dude. To say that I went 100% would be fairly, maybe 110%, especially on the last one would be fairly accurate. I'm gonna drop the weight quickly and whip out probably 50. Let's do 55. 55 pounds, left hand. Let's go. Okay, so right hand, 65 pounds. And left hand, we're just gonna stick with 55. I'm gonna reorganize this somehow, some way to make it way more clear. If there are any specific lifts you guys wanna see, anything you want me to do, I'll literally throw it on here. Right now I have a bunch of mixed lifts. Like I said, I have from isolated forearm curls, pronation lifts, press, supinated side pressure. We're gonna work on it all. At least trying to make it as organized as possible. So, with that being said, we are going to finish off this guy. And we're gonna move into the Mazarenko strap hook drag. Now I think what I'm gonna do for this, I'm gonna set it up before. But before I start the lift, probably set this up a little bit lower. The point of this lift, and I'm gonna pick it up right here, is to get myself in a hook position. So I'm literally just gonna place the strap horizontal, perpendicular to my arm. Get in a hook position, like a deep hook, and just drag it to the side. I'm gonna do my best to not cheat it so much. The point of this is to train the hook. So if I don't train it good, my hook's gonna suck. So I'll get it set up and we'll get going. So I just realized this lift's gonna be a little bit messy. I did a little bit of a demo. I have this pulley on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th and 6th hole on an angle. So the pulley itself isn't low. Now while I'm doing this, I don't wanna compromise my hand. So I'm gonna do my best to keep my hand very neutral. This isn't about carving the hand or dumping the hand, and it's also not about using the top of the hand to get the weight. The point is to try to keep it as even as possible, to get in a very good side pressure position, and then just to drag and look for the pin. There's no, it's not gonna be very white and black, but I'm gonna try to replicate this every time. So, like I said, the reason why I'm implementing this now is, well, I lost because I'm just not strong in the hook, and it's something I have to work on. Let's get her going. So 6 reps, 40 pounds, left and right. The way I'm pulling, it's like somewhat shocking my biceps. So we'll give it a break. We're gonna bring the weight up now. I'm thinking we might be able to push a little bit more weight on this one. 40 pounds being entry level, at least to me. So I think we're probably just gonna bring it up to 60. Go from there. Let's just go in 10s. So we'll do 50 next. Next set's going to be 50 pounds. This should be starting to push some weight, especially on the left hand. Or at least I would think. So let's start with left, go from there. 50 pounds, side pressure hook. Let's go, dude. That's actually a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Oh my God. Honestly, I'm not gonna go higher than 50 today. We're gonna stay with 50. My biceps are not liking me right now. I do think I could go a little bit higher, but for today's mission, we're gonna stick with 50. So I'll take a break and we'll continue. 50 pounds I think is fairly heavy, at least for a 210 pound guy like me. Let's go. Whew. It's interesting because even from this angle, I realize that because I'm looking in the camera, I'm also using more side pressure, which is kind of the point of this. You know, when you hook train, it's nice to put all the weight on your bicep, which is probably the biggest reason why I'm not good in hook. But if in arm wrestling, everything is sideways, right? So you can be in a top roll, the pressure's going that way. You're in a hook, the pressure's going that way. You'd be in a press, the pressure's going that way. So the stronger you are from a side pressure standpoint, the better you're gonna be overall. Yeah. Don't take that advice from me. I'm not even close to someone who has really good side pressure. But that's gonna change. It's gonna change. So let's give it a break. We're gonna do one more set and switch up the exercise. I'm also gonna show you guys a little bit of a, not an Easter egg. I wanna show you some very, very cute and very unique, to say the least. So when I'm filming these videos, if you just take a peek just down below, look who hangs out near me when I'm filming. What do you want to say to the viewers? Hey dog, literally, what do you want to say to the viewers? Say hello. Don't be shy, dude. Don't be shy. So anyways, as you could see, I have my situation here, but what you guys don't see is that she literally hangs out at my feet pretty much the whole time. So just remember, every time that I am filming a video, there is a likelihood that I have a fox, literally a fox, sitting right under me. Just keep that in mind. But you know what? Let's just send it off the last set because I want to get going with the riser lift. The biceps, I'm not happy right now, but I think the wrist could handle, a little bit of tension. Let's get it going, bud. All right, let's switch this up. Start the rise lift. So finishing off with pretty much a bicep hook drag with 50 pounds. You guys let me know what you think about that being a hook standard. I don't think that's too good. 50 pounds is like what, 22 and a half, 23 kilograms? It's not much. No, biceps, not happy right now, but we're gonna hit the rise lift. And how this is gonna work, usually I have this guy just one above because of my leverage. So I'm gonna literally tuck this ball right in. I'm gonna grip it like a squeeze like this. And I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that this strap is going right over my fingers. So I'm gonna get a good squeeze. And if you could just see right there, that's all I need. And everything has to be as tight as possible. It's just riser lift. And it has to come over the knuckles and hopefully be a successful lift. So right now we have 40 pounds. Let's see if we can do 6 reps. I actually don't know what this is gonna be. So let's send it. 1. So right arm, definitely feel better than my left. One thing I'm already realizing, especially on the left arm, as I'm coming up for the rise, I'm getting a lot of pain. Well, not a lot of pain, but I'm feeling pain in the lower, like right where this tendon is, literally. I don't feel it so much in the right. So we are gonna start off this exercise with 40 pounds. And I think I'm gonna be able to push my right just a little bit more. But we are gonna give this one a break. I do like the rep range of 6 because like Devin Larrett does some of his workouts. It's like a pulse, like in pulses. They're a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna give this a shot. I did train my rise, I would say somewhat frequently, but I only did it in like singles or doubles. Whereas as now, I'm gonna actually start to train it between that like 5 to 10 rep range and see if that has an effect. So next set, we have another 5 pounds added for a whopping 45 pounds. See how this does for the right hand. It's almost best if I were to start with my left because then at least I know if my right's gonna be able to handle it. I think the trick though for this is just squeezing my whole hand versus squeezing just the top or just the bottom. Because as you guys would know, the wrist is such a weak point on the arm, at least in comparison to the forearm or the hand. It doesn't take much for your wrist to buckle. So 45 pounds, here we go. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Okay, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. 45 pounds on a riser with the Israel arm wrestling ball. Pretty cool. I'm gonna bring it up again on the right hand and see what happens. But yeah, we have 45 pounds completed on here. And you know what something I'm already finding is about this whole lift thing? If you look at my forearm curl, 55 to 65, then you look at my drag, it's around the 50 pound. You look at my riser, it's pushing around 50 pounds. It seems like my forearm and my hand are strong. Everything else is a notch lower in the same range. So I think that's really where I just gotta improve everywhere else because it's nice to be dominant in one area, but like I'm gonna show you in a future video, doesn't always go the way you want. With 50 pounds on this loading pin, this is where it's gonna get very interesting for the right hand. Left hand, I think we're gonna crap out here very soon, if not on this lift. But right hand, I think 50 is it's a good area, at least for the rise itself. So let's get pumped up and let's just send it, dude. I definitely don't also have a dog underneath me or a fox. Oh my God, that feels so good. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Bruh, I'm gonna call that, at least for the left time, an all-time PR, and I'm not gonna go higher than that today. Each rep after I was going on the left, I could feel my wrist thumping just a little bit more each time. The right though feels solid. Like, I think I'm really gonna push it up. So last set upcoming, we just did 50 pounds. No surprise. I mean, like I said, 50 pounds on the rise, 50 pounds on the biceps, and 65 on the forearm curl, at least for the right hand. So let's give it a break. I'm gonna bring this up though. I'm gonna try, for the fun of it, I'm gonna try 65 pounds, like the forearm curl, and see if we can get away with that, because that'd be wild. If I can do 65 pounds on the rise on the right hand, well, yeah. So because this lift is possibly going to be a PR, at least for the time being, really, I put the camera on a direct 90-degree angle to the table so you guys can see if my wrist will dump at all. Keep in mind, this is a set of 6, so my wrist might dump instantly. It might dump on the second try. It might not ever even make it, or we might just send it and get 6 reps. So with that being said, we're just gonna send it on the right arm to finish off this lift. Smelling salt's kind of a good idea if you ask me. All right, let's see if we can do this. 65 pounds, right hand. We are going for 6, but I don't even know if I can do 1. Something tells me my wrist dumped a little bit, but I don't think it dumped in a way where, like, I don't know. I think it's fine. I'm gonna recheck the footage and go from there. But we are gonna move on to our last exercise. And I was originally gonna do a set of 6 for this. I think I'm just gonna do maybe 1 set, just a burnout each side. And we're gonna finish off the video because my arms, honestly, at this point, toast. So this being the last workout, I wanted to, at least before we finish off, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos for a very long time, or at least anybody who's watched my videos between now and when I started the channel. The reasoning is I recently hit 10,000 subscribers. It happened on Saturday when East versus West, no, sorry, it happened Saturday when King of the Table 14 went down. Amazing event. If you guys want me to go over any footage, talk about the event in general, let me know down in the comments below. But before we finish off this lift, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched, liked, comment, supported me throughout this, I guess, journey, to say the least, when it comes to YouTube. 10,000 subscribers, that is pretty cool. I'm not really going to talk about it until, I'm not going to talk about this topic again until we hit 100,000 subscribers. I think that's the next big goal. I definitely have some thinking, some brainstorming to do. And we have to go back to the drawing board because I want to make some positive changes. I want to help you guys. I want you guys to be entertained. And yeah, it's just, seriously, thank you. But with that being said, we're going to finish off here with a burnout set. We have 25 pounds on the bar. Should be kind of okay, easy, I think. Yeah, let's just do that. That is such a weird movement, dude. And that's gonna be it. That is going to be it for today's video. I think I'm pretty content with how that went. I'm gonna take these earphones out before I get copyrighted. But yeah, welcome to the revamped studio. I think, well, it's not really revamped. We have a blackboard that's on the wall. But anyways, I wanna say thank you guys for tuning in. If you found any value out of this video, if you were entertained, you found any value, make sure to like the video, consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.